put their guns back in their holster, and on our way out, we passed 4 cats that had some pretty loud barks, and a fox temporarily hiding under the vines of a green spanning the canopy. I think we made a clean getaway. Well, that's like 200, and there's like 435. How in the heck am I going to do this? I mean, take Belenkaya, Borovoy, Kessler, Nizhnikov, Sostrom, Teplitskaya, Tokarev, Tolchinsky, Zaitsava, Zelkin, and Zlotnik. How in the heck do I get them into this? Oh, yeah. Okay. I'm not levying anything up to chance. I might have to keep up my stamina to get through this. So back to the story. We polled all the shuls in the area to see who was having a bar mitzvah soon. We didn't want to have a simple in the same week as someone else. That might invoke the F-wrath of God. But we had the finest Shabbat for Alderson, Erickson, Fagelson, Hillison, 2 Jacobsons and a Jacobson, 2 Meyersons, Pearsons, Robinsons, Andersons, 2 Levinsons, and of course 2 Volsons. So we consulted the 2 wisest people in town. Former President Reagan, already probably wasn't wiser than most, and our main shul man, our fearless leader, Rabbi Steve, or should I say small Rabbi Steve. Tall Rabbi Steve was still in the rabbinate. We needed to foster good rapport with our neighbors in the other shuls, Gerstein. Yeah. So I went over to see them all and work out a fair schedule. It was the hardest thing I tried to do in years. For their mitzvah project, Olko and Gorbach walked together to obtain 300 boxes of Giordano's pizza to bring to the full food shelter. Well, when I got there to help, it was so bulky, I kind of cowered over the boxes and I said, "Me haul all those pizzas?" They were wider than my back seat, and they would get ruined if I stayed any longer. So I rushed to the grimliest funeral home I could find, found the director in the wake field, and rented 3 big Hirsches, all outfitted with Picarelli tires. When we got to the shelter, there was 2 gal parents from behind the screen door, wondering what I was bringing. To her, I must have looked like a savage, or should I say sauvage. With my hair cropped real short, but she didn't make any rash decisions or give us any grief. So we were able to feed the hungry, feel real good about ourselves, and establish solidarity within our community. Okay, back to the organizer of the fundraiser. I asked if they would share what they needed, but they said for us not to bother. So I countered by saying, do bother us. It's hard getting too blunt. So it turned out to be some stuff from the hardware store, Sandler, Schoenstein, and Schreiber, to buy stuff to help prepare for the fundraiser. We passed a Schuster that was so new, they were still putting letters on the window. There was a Filipino kid from Manila in front of the store, eyeing a pair of Dalshines, since all he had on was some old sandals covered in a mile of mud. Anyway, we were looking for some tools to help fix up the shul. So we passed right by Staluka, who was whittling away at a stick right in front of the store, and walked in. First thing I needed was a Dak and Blecker drill. It was on Salas, marking down to a real good price. We also needed bricks to build a retaining wall around some Rosina's bushes, or some would call it a Rosen wall. With this winter, the way it has been, the roses had frozen, so only now was there becoming a Rosenthal. Then the owner tried the Meconis out of our change when we bought a Peerless faucet, a Clayton flower pot, baseball caplins, 3 of them, a cloth for dusting, and an Allen wrench. And then as we were leaving, someone tried to throw a Molotov cocktail towards the door. The flame went out before it could burn up the whole place, so luckily there were no victims this crime. That's no victims. Okay. Anyway, man, this is tough. 435 families, right? So we got home, we gathered around the children and told biblical stories. 2 of Benjamin, 1 of Dan, the baker's dream, and of course the age-old story of Cain and Abel. But all that reading was boring, so we began to tell tales of Lawrence of Aransibia, the 3 Glusketeers, well, I was only one of them, but how about Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid? Or that story of an damsel in distress, the prime of Miss Jean Brodie, starring Mia Farrow in the lead. Did you see Creamer versus Kramer? Anyone for the Sesko Kid? Sweeney Todd? How about The Black Cauldron as told by McAllister Cook? This is all getting so spooky. Speaking of spooky, we could go back in time to the 1700s and discuss the details of the Salem witch trial. Okay? There, they had trials of Aronowitch, Camowitch, Linowitch, Noyavitch, Sackowitch, and the two Horowitches. There were two Osaka witches and three Moscow witches. Luckily, Dr. Jekyll and Merlin the Magician got to levitate us all, those good souls, to heaven. So no more worries about putting a hexter on us. So, now where was I? Oh yeah, I went to a bar and I took anyone with me that was having Nicotera withdrawals. And I got to the bar, there were two stern-looking waitresses holding a sponge and wiping the table. I wasn't sure what beer to get, so I looked around and saw a Brownman holding a Brownstein, two Browns holding a Braunstein, two Bermans carrying two Bernsteins, albeit spelled differently, a Hirschman holding an Epstein, a Marmarash holding a Marmelstein, Stein, or whatever. Okay. I'll tell you, I grabbed two wine steins and held them by the wine shank and filled them with Pop-Off vodka and asked some folks to join me. Matrani wanted wine, so he grabbed a bottle of Riesling. Malin grabbed a can of Miller, Kuzman grabbed a can of Rheingold, one Rifkin grabbed a can of Einhorn, while the other Rifkin grabbed a can of Shiner Bock. Chandler was holding a Schaefer and Schneider was holding a Twilly Schaefer. And Pekarsky was toasting Let It Be Lowenthal. We were all getting high, man. Calfon, take me away. Well, enough with the men and their drinks as I look at my Casio. Am I with yet? Are you on the edge of your seats? I think, gosh, I don't have a clue how to finish the story. Would you like to hear Martin Landau recite King's famous speech, Frieden Last? Or Logio Juan Canoli saying, May Three Schwartz be with you. No, well, how about a song then? It's the lesser of two evils. You say Shapira and I say Shapiro. You say Rosenblatt and I say Rosenzweig. Holman, Pinchner, Kushner, Kirshner. Let's call the whole thing Orloff. Okay, to shore up this last segment, I am to leave nothing to chance. So how about a selection from Richard Rodgers and Oscar Citronbaum musical, Care Ross Sell. Or that green ogre, Schrager the musical. Chewell knows for a while. How about When You Wish on a Star? Makes no difference who you are. Anything your heart desires will come to you like a Bolton out the blue. Faye steps in and sees you through. Now, how about that old Chuck Berry song? Abdeline, why can't it be true? Or the even older, Whatever Happened to Randolph Scott? Johnny Thunder's big hit, Loop the Lupo? Okay, you're too young. How about Jablo, Sweet Cherry? Laughing at my joke yet? Okay. Love on the Rocks? Hey, that was from the Jazz Singer, right? Okay, so come on, sing along with me. Adelbert, Brew, and Hud, every morning you greet me. Or that great song, Sosny Rise, Suss and Set, that ends with Freighted with happiness and tears. Okay, I'm losing it now. Gee, no one's sung with me yet. In the arms of DeAngelis. If I was Italian, I'd say, I sing her pretty bad, huh? Yeah. I guess I'm getting desperate. I know the whole story is appalling. I can't think of anything else. But it's time to usher in a new act. Maybe the Uman Group. I know it's really bad now, so I guess I gotta go. There's only one thing left to say. That's all, folks.